What a system blowing through portions of the middle of the country. Blizzard, thunder, snow. Wow, look at that as we zoom on in. Definitely pretty impressive there. Thank you for joining meteorologist Brian Ivy here with you. That was as we went throughout Wednesday morning into the early afternoon, significant snow, and that's what it looked like. Wow, yeah, pretty significant for sure. Blinding snowfall and then strong to severe thunderstorms developing on the warm side of that system. So a lot going on. You had the big time cold side of the storm, and this is going to be kind of the transition period into a colder pattern as well. So starting off, look at this pattern, a change. Cooler than average temperatures across the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, much of the east, and hot and toasty in the next week or so across much of the west. So what does this mean? Well, you got this ridge bumping up a little bit more further off towards the west, and you get troughiness at times. This is below average air. It is not Arctic, it's not extremely cold, but it's cold enough at times to allow for a little bit of snow. While we have this big ridge out across the western portion of the country, you can see how it kind of rides up north and then drops on in. And it'll still be a little bit up and down, but the warmth is pretty much gone. Heads off towards the east. This system will be a little bit on the snowy side of things into upstate New York and New England. It's not going to be a ton of accumulation on paved surfaces. It's an active pattern, but a lot of these systems are smaller in nature. So this one leaves across the northeast, then you have another one and another one back behind it. Snow showers eject out of the west, and then we'll have more showers and thunderstorms into the deep south, into the mid-Mississippi Valley, and then some snow again on the northern half as we go on in towards your Sunday and Monday, there into the Great Lakes with maybe a little bit of lake effect accumulation back behind it. We'll keep an eye on that, and then it's probably quieter as we go on in towards the middle portions of next week. So kind of summarizing things a little bit, more active, some snow chances into the northeast. The system that moved through on Wednesday bringing a few inches, a little bit on the back half of a half an inch or so in a few spots, mainly grassy elevated surfaces at best. This is overdone, and it's going to fall on relatively mild ground. So this is maybe what falls from the sky. Maybe half of that accumulates on some grassy elevated surfaces. Less than a quarter of this is actually going to be anything on pavement, and it will melt fairly soon after. So yeah, it'll be a little bit more in the next week, chance worthy for some snow showers, and still spots into the Pacific Northwest will have those elevated areas get some decent snowfall, but much less once you go further into the southwestern portion of the country. Gusty winds continue throughout your Thursday with some pretty common 40-50 mile per hour wind gusts in a few spots, but certainly 20 to 30 miles per hour will be very typical, with some higher gusts going on in towards the day on your Friday, all the way from the Midwest into the Northeast. A very dry pattern, unfortunately, for portions of the Rockies back into the plains.
Your Norcast weather update.